everybody. This is Pete at PA Labs, and I have a game update, the second today. I'm kind of excited about this one. We're going to start right off with running code, and then I'll get into some of the intricacies of what I learned today. So, what we're going to do is there's a reason I have two of them exported, but we're going to go ahead and stick with the first one. We're going to host a game, and the first guy hosts the game, and try to get this out of our way. And then we're going to go ahead and launch our game. And now we're actually at the game player with a little bit of stuff thrown in. The maps here. We can get rid of the debug window. We got our map here. I don't have units on it yet, but we got the grid and we got the map and we got our move phase in, and there's going to be all manner of stuff still to go. But we've come a long way from where we started. So now, some of the lessons learned, and I haven't done it yet, but well, what the heck, let's do it live, right? So let's go ahead and launch. Yeah, I think I did a rebuild of everything. I ran that from source. So let's open up the project folder and see if this will be a first time ever. Let's see, we want the game player. And we're going to join a game. Yep. And launch. Oh my goodness, there we go. Look at that. Now, granted, this is on one machine, but it's two instances that we have running here. So we have both players we're looking at right now. So, and they're connected via the server. And now to tell you some of the trials and tribulations of making this happen today. So, one of the actually more frustrating things I ran into was dealing with graphics of all things. You would think I have graphics down pat, but nope, lo and behold, I learned something new today. And I was doing save images on an image file that I want to bring this over and blow this up to where it's readable to everybody. And let's see. So this is the save image. We're used to seeing save image everywhere you go. So when I export out the game files, I have the sprite sheets all there and they're as images. So I just simply did a save image, image ID, and gave it a file name, not thinking. I have PNG. Most of these have use PNG image decoder and encoder. So I was like, I shouldn't really need to mess with the image plugin or anything. And I didn't readily see it. And the problem was when I exported the map files, and I want to bring it up to show you. When I exported the map, you really can't tell that the depth is 32-bit PNG with all of the alpha channel. You just get the map. Where it bit me was when first time I got that screen to launch, I had a black screen. And I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to my graphics? And I got to thinking about it. And is this yes. Okay. So this guy here, if you don't have that rest of these parameters filled out, that screen ends up being black. If you go back and look at the videos earlier, you'll see that both of these guys in the video this morning and going backwards in time have all been 32 are 6233 kilobytes each. And lo and behold, look at the map grid now, it's only 50K. So when you're actually saving files, always, I guess, is the rule, is to make sure this optional, well, if you're really using the 32-bit PNGs and you're using the alpha channel, these aren't optional. You have to put in that, and you need to also come down here and put in your 32 for the second parameter. And then the flags you can leave off. So you actually would have an image number, a file name, the plugin, and 32 in order not to get just a black screen on as an image. Who knew? I'm sure somebody did. Fred or somebody, I'm sure, dreams this stuff up. I don't know. But hey, a lesson learned. Let's see. What was the other big change today other than carrying forward? Oh, yes. This will be an interesting one. If you remember, actually, I can show you. When this screen comes up, I had to change who calls who. So when the screen comes up, if it's going to come up, there we are. Now, the reality is this is the second screen being called. I'm debating on whether to show the first screen. So then this is the third screen. And when you hit launch, he closes both of these and makes the one in the back that just popped up visible. Okay. So I'm debating having the game screen, the player screen, show up with just some, I don't know, kind of raw base kind of data thing maybe, and then pop those other screens on top of him or what have you to where you need to load a game and then you come back to this screen. So, but that's the gist of how that works now. I'll show you the code. I thought it was kind of cute. So what I did was come down here. So we were originally launching this game launcher. This procedure, which is now a procedure, is the guy that launches uh, the first window that you actually have that's visible. He's actually a procedure. And what I'm doing is we come down a little farther. I launch the WarGame player screen, and then I go ahead and let him start his coming up, and then I launch the launcher on top. And if you say yes on the launcher, everything's successful, then he actually goes and loads the rest of the screen on the file that you just now imported into the system. And that's how it presents the screen to you. So he's getting rid of all these other screens and everything and coming down just to the one screen that we want to have that's active for the people to play the game. And so it makes things nice and clean that way. The other big change I had to do was in the let's see, I don't even have it up anymore. Let's see. Over here in host, the host game screen, a number of changes had to happen. So when you click the, host the game and want to start up the server, okay, first thing he's doing out of the box, and I mentioned this earlier, is to clean out your temporary directory and get it all flushed out properly. Then he comes in and he starts the IP server. Then he transmits his identity, and then we get the identity stuff back, and I start updating the screen. And then he goes into the whole load the temporary directory with the send JSON and all these files that are our game actually in place. And then once that's all done, he pretty much the last thing he does is unhides right there. He unhides. He sets the hide gadget to false on that launch button, so you can click the launch button and actually get rid of all these screens, and then poof, you have the actual game screen and everything's loaded in, pretty much ready to go. From here to the end of this, I can't see being more than a few more videos, couple, three at most. All the really hard stuff I think is done. I'm curious if anybody out there has any questions at all for me, or are they trying to follow along with this? What I'm going to do after posting this video, I'm going to go upload all of this source to the website, so you can download it off of PAH Labs, PAH labs.com. You can go download this source and run it on your own machine and play with it and get a feel for how it works. See how I've modified the server and the client element of the server to talk back and forth and bring these files back. But even with the video running and everything else here, it's running pretty nicely. And I just love the screens. So now I just can't wait to start sticking units on there and being able to click a unit and have that menu pop up out here. So I'll be getting to work more on that tonight. I may take a little time off right now, but you'll have a video out tomorrow for sure, probably with all the game units on and the menu popping up. And the idea that I have is when you click a cell, and as before, it'll be bracketed with a red hex, the units will pop up over here at 128 by 128. So my thinking, oh, I didn't put the mini map on. I'll go do that real quick too before I get it out there on the web. So the idea being that you can have two units stacked, and when you select it, you'll get both units right here and their images so you can see what they are. Over here is going to be the phase turn end. Basically, I'm done with my move and let the other person finish their move. And I still haven't figured out too much in here. Maybe a configuration button. Maybe we'll have we haven't broached sound at all, but that's kind of out of scope for the moment. This was really just to show you how to build a game, how to communicate from the server to the clients, and then break your app into 3 different pieces and be able to manipulate the graphics and build cool units and be able to move things and be able to fight. So we can get more and more involved in this if you want. Reach out to me on the website. Go ahead and post comments on the videos if you got any. And if you got any questions, put those out there too, or email me directly. And that's just Pete at PAH Labs will hit me. So thank you all for your time, and I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. See you later.